Have you ever found yourself a prisoner within the walls of your own body? I speak to you today not as a casual observer, but as one who understands the silent cry of the human heart. There are moments in the life of every soul when the physical vessel seems to rebel. You may be listening to this right now, lying in a bed that has become a battleground, or sitting in a chair feeling the weight of a diagnosis that hangs over your head like a dark cloud. You have wept in the silence of your room. You have bargained. You have demanded that a pain vanish, that a growth dissolve, that a function return, only to feel that your prayers were hitting a ceiling of brass and bouncing back unanswered. You have asked, "Why me?" You have asked, "Where is God?" If this is your experience, if you are tired of the struggle, tired of the fear, and tired of the endless search for a magic pill outside of yourself, then I ask you to stop. Stop everything. Put aside your fear for just this hour. Listen closely, for you are not without hope, and you are certainly not without a way out. There is a force that sustains you. Even at this very moment, while you listen to my voice, there is a power capable of transforming your situation from the invisible realm into the visible. There is a life principle that knows no obstruction, no delay, and no impossibility. That power is what we call God, and this is the crucial point that you must grasp if you wish to be free, God does not work by caprice. God does not work by favoritism. God works by law. And until you understand the law of your own being, you are like a captain trying to steer a ship without a rudder in a storm. Subscribe now if you are ready to stop begging and start demonstrating. If you wish to receive the daily spiritual tools necessary to reconstruct your health and your life from the inside out, join us. But I ask you to stay with me through this entire explanation. Do not skip ahead. Do not look for the magic words before you have built the foundation. In a later session, I will share the specific treatment, the scientific prayer, that will bring about the healing. But first, we must understand the mechanics of the thing. We must understand how to contact divine mind effectively. If you try to build a skyscraper on a foundation of sand, it will collapse. Most people's prayers collapse because they are built on the sand of fear, not on the rock of understanding. The primacy of mind. Listen well, for we are about to discuss the most important secret of existence. When the body screams in pain, or when the medical reports bring bad news, the natural human tendency, the race mind, is to look outward. We seek more external remedies. We look to the bottle of medicine, the surgery, the change of climate, the diet. Now, I am not saying these things are bad, they have their place. But they are secondary. They are effects, not causes. We fall into despair when they fail because we have placed our faith in the shadow rather than the substance. We must remember the great truth that has been taught by the masters of all ages, from the carpenter of Galilee to the great mystics of the modern era. The cause of all things is mental. You must understand that your body is not a fixed, solid, unchangeable statue. It looks solid to your physical eyes, yes. It feels solid to your touch. But physics and metaphysics alike tell us that it is energy, it is vibration, and more than that, it is fluid. The body is but the screen upon which the film of the mind is projected. Think of a cinema. You go to the movies, and you see a tragedy on the screen. You see fire, you see destruction, you see loss. Do you run up to the screen with a bucket of water and try to scrub the fire off the canvas? Do you try to sew the torn garments of the actors on the screen? Of course not. You know that would be madness. You know that the picture on the screen is merely a reflection of something happening in the projection booth. To change the picture on the screen, you do not scrub the screen, you change the film. Your body is the screen. Your condition, be it arthritis, cancer, heart trouble, or simple fatigue, is the picture. Your mind is the projector, and your thoughts, your deep-seated beliefs, and your emotional states are the film. True healing, permanent healing, never begins in the body. It begins with a transformation of consciousness. It begins in the projection booth of the soul, of the mental equivalent. This brings us to the law of the mental equivalent. This is a term you must write upon the tablet of your heart. You cannot have anything in your outer world, whether it be health or sickness, wealth or poverty, unless you first have the mental equivalent of it in your subconscious mind. If you are sick, it is because somewhere in the deep, silent, often hidden recesses of your subconscious, you are harboring a mental equivalent of discord. Now, do not misunderstand me. I am not saying you consciously wanted to be sick. I am not saying you woke up one morning and said, I think I shall create a disease today. No. The conscious mind often desires health, but the subconscious mind is the builder of the body, and the subconscious mind is a faithful servant that accepts whatever orders it is given. Perhaps you have accepted the race belief that everyone gets sick at this age. Perhaps you have harbored a long-standing resentment against a relative, a hot coal of anger that you have held in your chest for years. Perhaps you have lived in a state of chronic fear or anxiety about the future. These emotional states, resentment, fear, guilt, condemnation, drop down into the subconscious mind and become the blueprints for your physical body. The subconscious mind, having no sense of humor and no ability to judge, takes that blueprint of tension or burning anger and translates it into the physical language of cells and tissues. It produces a body that matches the state of your soul. You see, you are not a victim of a cruel universe. You are a victim of your own unknowing use of the law. But the wonderful thing about a law is that it is neutral. The same electricity that can kill you if you touch a live wire is the same electricity that lights your home and cooks your food when used according to the principles of engineering. The law of mind is the same. It has produced sickness because it was used wrongly, usually through ignorance. It will produce health just as readily, just as easily, and just as powerfully when you begin to use it rightly. For as the divine standard you are not your illness. Let us get that settled right now. This condition that afflicts you is not a punishment from an angry deity. God is love. God is life. Does the sun withhold its light to punish the wicked? No, the sun shines because it is its nature to shine. God heals because it is God's nature to be whole. Sickness is not a thing created by God. If God created sickness, then sickness would be eternal, and no doctor, no prayer, and no medicine could ever cure it, for who can fight against God? But sickness can be cured. It is cured every day. Therefore, it is not of God. It is a shadow. It is a lie. It is a nothingness, trying to pass itself off as a something. What you are experiencing is a distortion. It is like a tuning fork that has been bent and no longer holds the pitch. Your task is not to fight the distortion with willpower. Your task is to return to the original design. You must remember who you are. You are a spiritual being, living in a spiritual universe, governed by spiritual law. You were made in the image and likeness of the Creator, and that image is one of absolute perfection. When you align with that power, the outer picture must change. It has no choice. The physical must always obey the spiritual. The visible must always bow to the invisible. The trap of begging. Now, why have your prayers failed in the past? I will tell you why. It is because you have been begging. Most people, when they are sick, approach God like a beggar approaches a king, hoping for a crumb of mercy. They say, "O Lord, please, if you can hear me, take this pain away. I have been good, I have gone to church, please help me." They pray with tears in their eyes and fear in their hearts. Do you see the error here? When you beg God to heal you, you are admitting that you are not healed. You are affirming the reality of the sickness. You are telling your subconscious mind, "I am sick, and I am trying to get God to change his mind and heal me." But God does not need to change his mind. God is already offering you the kingdom. The health you seek is already present in the divine mind, just as the music is already in the radio waves before you turn on the receiver. You do not beg the radio station to broadcast. You tune your receiver to the station. Scientific prayer, what we call the treatment, is not begging. It is tuning. It is claiming. It is an act of knowing. Jesus, the great way shower, gave us the metaphysical formula in the Gospel of Mark. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Notice the tense. Believe that you have received it. Past tense. You must move into the state of consciousness where the healing is already a fact in the realm of mind. You must accept the mental equivalent of health before the physical organ can change. You cannot wait for the body to get better before you believe. You must believe, and then the body gets better. This is the crux of the matter. This is the narrow gate through which few enter, but through which you must walk if you want to see the miracle. Trap breaking the contract. There is an obstacle we must clear before we can ever hope to pray successfully. It is a linguistic trap that keeps millions of people in bondage. It is the use of the word my. Listen to how people talk about their health. They say, "My arthritis is acting up today. My migraines are terrible. My weak back. My diabetes." Do you realize what you are doing when you say, "my"? You are signing a contract of ownership. You are claiming that condition as your personal property. You are weaving it into your identity. You are saying to the universe, this belongs to me. This is part of who I am. And the law says, so be it. As long as you call it my sickness, you are holding on to it with a mental grip that no medicine can break. You are defending it. You are protecting it. You are identifying with it. You must stop this immediately. You must watch your tongue as a sentinel watches the gate of a city. Nothing negative belongs to you. No sickness was created by spirit for you. Therefore, it has no divine right to exist in your world. It is an intruder. It is a squatter on your property. If a stranger walked into your house and sat in your living room, would you say, this is my stranger? No, you would say, who are you? You have no right to be here. Get out. You must treat pain, disease, and weakness in the exact same way. Do not cuddle them. Do not claim them. Do not talk about them to your neighbors for sympathy. Every time you describe your symptoms to a friend, you are etching them deeper into your subconscious mind. You are giving them life. From this moment forward, if you must speak of the condition to a doctor for practical reasons, speak of it as the condition, the pain, the diagnosis. Better yet, speak of it as the false belief. But never ever again call it yours. You are a child of God. Your heritage is vitality, energy, and wholeness. Anything less than that is a forgery, and you must treat it as such. There is the golden key to freedom. We are preparing the soil of your mind now. You are beginning to see that you are not a helpless victim of biology. You are beginning to see that the body is a fluid thing, dancing to the tune of your convictions. Emmet Fox taught us that the golden key to all power is simple stop thinking about the difficulty and think about God instead. Yet this sounds too simple to the intellectual mind. The intellect wants a complex solution. It wants a 12-step program, a strict diet, a complicated ritual. But the spirit is simple. The rule is this: what you focus on grows. If you focus on the sickness, even if you are focusing on it to fight it, you are feeding it. You are giving it your attention, and attention is the food of the soul. To heal, you must starve the sickness of your attention and feed your health with your attention. But you cannot just stop thinking about something. If I tell you, do not think of a pink elephant, you will immediately think of a pink elephant. You cannot empty the mind, you must replace the thought. And what do we replace it with? We replace it with the thought of God. And when I say God, I do not mean a man in the sky with a beard. I mean the qualities of being: life, love, truth, intelligence, peace, power. Every time the pain throbs, instead of saying, oh, this hurts, it is getting worse, you must immediately flip the switch. You must say, God is present in this area. God is harmony. There is no pain in harmony. You do not fight the darkness with a stick. You turn on the light. The moment you turn your mind to the nature of God, the nature of the problem begins to dissolve. Whereas the preparation for the silency, we are approaching the moment of action. But you must understand that this action is not a physical straining. It is a deep spiritual relaxation. You have been holding on so tight. You have been carrying the weight of this illness like a heavy sack of stones on your back. You have been trying to figure out how to get better. You have been researching, worrying, planning. I want you to put the sack down. The how is not your business. The how belongs to the wisdom that created your body in the first place. Your only business is the what. You determine the what, which is total health, and you leave the how to God. In the next session, we will enter the silence together. We will speak the words of the scientific prayer. But for that prayer to take root, your mind must be soft. It must be receptive. It must be willing to let go of the old story. Are you willing to let go of the story of being a sick person? Are you willing to give up the sympathy you get from others because of your pain? Are you willing to step into a new identity, one of power and responsibility? Because that is what health requires. It requires you to stand up and be the master of your own house. You are standing at the threshold of a new life. The door is unlocking. The light is spilling through the cracks. Do not look back at the darkness you are leaving behind. Keep your eyes forward. Keep your mind stayed on thee. The mental cause of your ailment is dissolving, because the light of understanding is beginning to dawn. You are learning that you are not a body struggling to have a soul, you are a soul governing a body. And the soul is never sick. The soul is never tired. The soul is never afraid. As we prepare to move into the treatment, I want you to sit with this truth. I am not what I seem to be. I am what God created me to be. Hold that thought. Breathe it in. Let it circulate through your blood. Let it calm your nerves. The healing has already begun, for the mind has begun to change. And as the mind turns, the great ship of the body begins to turn with it. Stay with me. The planting of the seed is next. In the previous session, we established the mental cause of physical conditions. We agreed that the body is a fluid screen reflecting the film of the mind. We agreed to stop owning the sickness with the word my. Now, we must do the work. We must change the film. What we are about to do is not a superstition. It is not a gamble. We are about to engage in scientific prayer, or what the metaphysician calls a treatment. A treatment is a specific mental maneuver. It is the act of reminding yourself of the truth that you had forgotten. It is the deliberate shifting of your consciousness from the problem to the solution until you feel the click, that moment of absolute release where you know the work is done. Before we close our eyes, I want you to hold an image in your mind. I want you to look, really look, at the nature of growth. Shutterstock Explorer, visualize a seed planted in the dark, rich earth. Look at it. It is small. It looks hard. To the naked eye, it appears lifeless, like a tiny stone. But inside that hard shell there is a pattern. There is a blueprint of a mighty tree, or a vibrant flower, or a stalk of wheat. Now ask yourself this: does the seed have to struggle to break open? Does it have to scream and strain and sweat to push its way through the soil? Does it have to beg the sun to shine upon it? No. The seed does not struggle. It surrenders. It surrenders to the warmth of the soil. It surrenders to the moisture. And because it surrenders, the hard shell softens. It breaks open, not through force, but through yielding to a greater life principle within it. The sprout rises effortlessly toward the light. It does not worry about the rock in its path. It simply grows around it. It does not worry about the height it must reach. It simply grows 1 inch at a time. You are that seed. The hard shell is your current limited belief, the belief in pain, the belief in diagnosis, the belief that you are merely a physical body destined to suffer. That shell feels real. It feels hard. But it is only a shell. The prayer we are about to undertake is the water and the sun. It is the environment that softens the shell of your ego. We are not here to force God to heal you. We are here to soften your resistance so that the life of God, which is already pushing to get out, can burst forth. Now I invite you to prepare your vessel. You cannot pour fresh wine into a cup that is already full of stale water. You cannot fill a mind with peace if it is racing with the noise of the world. We must empty the cup. Find a position of dignity and comfort. Uncross your legs. Uncross your arms. Let the physical body be open, symbolizing the openness of your soul. Take a deep breath. Hold it for a moment and let it go. With that breath, release the day. Release the news you watched on television. Release the argument you had earlier. Release the financial worry. Release the medical report. Put them all in a mental box outside the door of this room. You can pick them up later if you wish, but for the next few minutes, they are forbidden to enter. Close your eyes. We are going to use a technique that Emmet Fox called the golden key. We are going to turn the key in the lock. We are going to lock the world out and lock ourselves in with God. I want you to bring your attention to your body, but not with fear. Scan your body from head to toes. Wherever you find tension, in the jaw, in the shoulders, in the stomach, command it to relax. Say to your muscles, peace. Be still. Your body is your servant. It must obey you. Tell it to rest. It has carried a heavy burden of worry. Give it permission to set that burden down. Imagine a white light, soft and warm, descending from above. It touches the crown of your head. It moves down your forehead, smoothing out the lines of worry. It flows down your neck, relaxing the throat. It flows into your chest, slowing the rhythm of your heart to a steady, peaceful beat. It flows into your stomach, your hips, your legs, all the way to your feet. You are now floating in a sea of peace. The external world is fading. The sounds around you are becoming distant. You are entering the secret place of the Most High. In scientific prayer, we often begin with what is called a denial. Now, do not misunderstand. We are not denying the fact that you feel pain. We are not gaslighting you. We are denying the spiritual reality of the sickness. We are refusing to give it authority. We are pulling the weeds out of the garden before we plant the new seed. In the silence of your heart, repeat these words after me. Feel them. Do not just say them. Hurl them against the wall of your fear. Spoken slowly with immense authority. I deny that God created sickness. Therefore, sickness is not a reality in the kingdom of truth. I deny that my body is a piece of decaying matter. My body is the temple of the living God, and God's temple is holy and whole. I deny the power of heredity. I deny that I am bound by the history of my ancestors. My true Father is spirit, and in spirit there is no genetic flaw. I deny the power of the specific diagnosis. Insert your condition mentally. It has a name, but it has no power. It is a shadow. It is a cloud passing over the sun. It cannot extinguish the sun. I deny fear. Fear is faith in evil. I refuse to have faith in evil. I withdraw my permission for fear to rule my life. Feel the weight lifting. When you deny the power of the problem, you are cutting its supply line. You are starving it of your belief. You are breaking the hard shell of the seed. Now that we have cleared the ground, we must plant. We must state the truth. We must build the mental equivalent of health. An affirmation is not a wish. It is a statement of fact in the divine mind. Listen to these words. Let them sink into your subconscious mind like rain into the thirsty earth. I affirm that there is only one power, and that power is life. I affirm that this life is flowing through me now. It does not have to be persuaded. It is flowing just as my blood flows, just as my breath flows. I affirm that I am one with the infinite intelligence that created me. The same wisdom that knits the bones in the womb, the same wisdom that beats the heart without my conscious thought, is now attending to every cell of my body. I affirm that my body is being reconstructed now, not tomorrow. Now, in this holy instant, old cells are dying and new cells are being born, bathed in the pattern of perfection. I affirm that God is my health. I do not have health, I am health, because I am an expression of God. Now we go deeper. We are going to apply this truth to the specific areas of your life. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your breath steady. We are going to walk through the temple of your body with the lamp of spirit. Bring your attention to your head, to your brain, to your nervous system. This is the control center. Declare, divine intelligence governs my mind. There is no confusion here. There is no anxiety here. My brain is the instrument of the divine thinker. Every synapse, every neuron is firing in perfect order. The peace of God, which passes all understanding, is settling over my mind like a calm mist. I release the pressure to figure it out. I let go. Bring your attention to your chest, to your heart. Declare, my heart is the rhythm of the universe. It beats in time with the love of God. There is no blockage in love, therefore there is no blockage in my heart. The blood that flows through my veins is the river of life. It is clean. It is pure. It carries nutrition and vitality to every corner of my kingdom. I wash away all resentment. I wash away all hardness of heart. My heart is soft, open, and free. Bring your attention to your torso, your stomach, your internal organs. Declare, every organ in my body is an idea in the mind of God. A divine idea cannot be diseased. My stomach, my liver, my kidneys, they are spiritual entities performing a spiritual function. They work in perfect harmony. There is no friction. There is no inflammation. All is calm. All is processing perfectly. I digest life with ease. I assimilate the good and I eliminate the negative without struggle. Bring your attention to your bones, your joints, your muscles. Declare, I am supported by the strength of spirit. My bones are the structure of truth. They are strong and flexible. I do not bend under the weight of the world, for God is my support. All inflammation dissolves. All pain evaporates. My joints move freely, greased by the oil of joy. I walk upright. I move with the grace of God. Bring your attention to the invisible army within you, your immune system. Declare, the discernment of the Holy Spirit guides my immune system. It knows what belongs and what does not. It is strong. It is vigilant. It gently removes anything that is not of the light. I am protected. I am shielded. I am safe. We cannot heal the body if we do not heal the feeling nature. The body is the child of the soul. If the parent is angry, the child is frightened. Is there someone you need to forgive? Is there a name that brings a tightness to your chest? Is there a memory that tastes bitter? We are going to do something hard, but necessary. We are going to release it. Not for them, for you. You cannot be healthy and hateful at the same time. The chemistry is incompatible. Visualize that person or that situation standing in front of you. Say to them, silently, I release you. I let you go to your own good. I refuse to carry you anymore. You have no power to hurt me. I cut the cords of resentment. I am free, and you are free. The past is dead. I live in the eternal now. Feel the heavy sack drop from your shoulders. Feel the energy that was tied up in anger now rushing back to your body to heal it. Energy is limited. Do not waste it on the past. Use it to build your future. Now we come to the most critical part of the treatment. We are going to practice the presence. Emmet Fox taught that if you can stop thinking about the problem and think only of God for a few seconds, the healing must follow. I want you to stop thinking about your body now. Stop thinking about the healing. Stop thinking about the relief. Think only of God. What is God? God is a vast, shoreless ocean of light. Imagine that ocean. God is absolute silence. God is infinite joy. God is boundless love. Let your mind float in that ocean. Do not ask for anything. Just be with it. Like a sponge in the sea, let the ocean permeate you. The water is in the sponge, and the sponge is in the water. You are in God, and God is in you. Pause for a significant duration. Allow the reader to feel the silence. There is no sickness here in this ocean. There is no time here. There is no age here. There is only the pulsing, vibrant, golden energy of being. Soak it in. Drink it in. This is the secret place. This is where the miracle happens. It doesn't happen in the noise, it happens in this silence. In this state, your cells are vibrating at a higher frequency. The mental equivalent of disease is breaking up, dissolving like a cube of sugar in hot tea. It is gone. It is being replaced by the mental equivalent of wholeness. Stay in this high vibration. Do you feel it? Do you feel a subtle shift? It might be a tingling in your hands. It might be a sudden deep breath. It might just be a feeling of, it is okay. Everything is actually okay. That is the realization. That is the seed bursting open. That is the moment the chick cracks the egg. The manifestation may take time to show in the mirror, but the cause has been set in motion. The prayer has been answered. The letter has been mailed. You do not need to keep writing it. You just need to wait for the reply. Now, we must seal this prayer. We must not end with a question mark. We must end with an exclamation point. We do not say, I hope this works. We say, it is done. Repeat these closing words with absolute finality, infinite spirit. I thank you. I thank you because you have heard me. I thank you because the healing is not just coming. It is already an established fact in my soul. I walk out of this silence different from how I entered. I leave the old man behind. I put on the new man. I accept my healing. I accept my vitality. I accept my joy. The word has gone forth, and it shall not return to me void. It shall accomplish that which I please. It is done. It is finished. It is so. Keep your eyes closed for just a moment longer. Do not jump up. Do not grab your phone. You have just undergone a spiritual surgery. You have just planted a divine seed. Let the soil settle. Breathe. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the air in the room. When you open your eyes, you will look at the same world, but you will see it with different eyes. You will not look for symptoms. You will look for signs of life. Open your eyes. Welcome back. You have done the work. You have planted the seed. Now, the question is, how do you tend to it? How do you walk through your day without digging it up with doubt? How do you handle the pain if it flares up an hour from now? That is the discipline of the 7-day mental diet, and that is what we will master in the final session. But for now, rest in the certainty that the connection has been made. You have done the work. You have entered the silence. You have planted the seed. If you have followed the instructions of the previous sessions faithfully, a transaction has taken place in the invisible realm. You may not see it yet with your physical eyes. You may not yet feel the full relief in your physical frame, but in the realm of cause, the shift has occurred. The letter has been mailed. The order has been placed. But now, my friend, comes the most dangerous time. Now comes the interval. There is a gap, a period of time, between the planting of the seed and the breaking of the ground. And it is in this gap that 90% of all prayers are neutralized, canceled, and destroyed by the person who prayed them. You have spent perhaps 20 minutes in prayer, but there are 23 hours and 40 minutes remaining in your day. What you do with those hours will determine whether your prayer bears fruit or whether it withers on the vine. You cannot pray for health for 20 minutes and then think sickness for the rest of the day. You cannot declare God is my strength in the morning and then spend the afternoon complaining to your neighbor about how weak you feel. The law of mind is exact. It does not play favorites. It gives you exactly what you embody. If you embody faith for 10 minutes and fear for 10 hours, the fear will win by sheer volume. So, in this final session, I am going to teach you how to live in the gap. I am going to teach you the discipline of the mental equivalent in action. This is not just advice, this is the requirement for demonstration. First, you must understand the law of gestation. Everything in nature takes time. The bamboo tree lies underground for years before it shoots up 60 feet in a few weeks. A human child takes 9 months to knit together in the womb. Why, then, do you demand that your body heal in an instant? I am not saying instant miracles do not happen. They do. When the realization is perfect, the healing is instantaneous. But for most of us, we are building a new consciousness brick by brick. If you open your eyes after the prayer and the pain is still there, or the lump is still there, or the fever is still there, do not panic. Do not say, "It didn't work." To say, "It didn't work," is to dig up the seed to see if it is growing. And if you dig up the seed, you kill it. You must have the coolness of a farmer. The farmer plants his corn. He does not run out the next morning and cry, "Where is my corn? The field is empty! Nature has failed me!" No, he knows the corn is growing in the dark. He rests in the confidence of the law. You must treat your healing the same way. The spiritual work is done. The physical manifestation is merely a matter of time. It is crystallizing. It is taking form. Your job now is not to force it, but to protect it. Emmet Fox gave the world a challenge that changed millions of lives. He called it the 7-day mental diet. It is the most effective instrument for changing your life, but it is also the most difficult. And for healing a physical condition, it is absolutely essential. The rules are simple, but the execution requires the vigilance of a soldier. For 7 days, you must not allow yourself to dwell for a single moment on any negative thought concerning your body or your health. Note that I said you must not dwell on it. You cannot stop the thoughts from coming. The thought, "I am in pain," or "This is hopeless," will knock on the door of your mind. You cannot stop the knock. But you do not have to invite the guest in for dinner. The moment a negative thought comes, the moment you feel a twinge of pain and your mind says, "Oh no, it's getting worse," you must stop it. You must cut it off. You must mentally turn your back on it. Fox used to say, "Stop it. Stop it now. Think of God instead." This is not repression. You are not pretending the pain isn't there. You are refusing to give it the mental assent that gives it power. You are refusing to identify with it. If you sit there and worry, if you play out scenarios of hospitalization in your mind, if you Google your symptoms and read horror stories, you have broken the diet. You have poisoned the soil, and you must start over. Now, you will ask me, but how can I ignore the pain when it is screaming at me? How can I ignore the symptoms when they are right there? This is the great question. And here is the answer. You do not ignore them, you look through them. When the symptom flares up, you must say to it, "I see you." You are a memory of the past. You are the echo of an old belief. But you are not the truth of my being. You are passing away. Remind yourself of the phrase, "It came to pass, not to stay." Treat the symptom like a cloud passing over the sun. The cloud is there. It is real in the sense that you can see it. But it has no permanence. It cannot destroy the sun. It is a temporary arrangement of vapor. Your sickness is a temporary arrangement of energy. When the pain hits, do not tighten up around it with fear. Relax into it. Breathe through it and say, "This too is dissolving. The power of God is clearing this out." Do not get angry at your body. Do not hate the affected organ. Hate creates tension, and tension blocks healing. Love your body. Speak kindly to it. Say, "Peace, be still." You are returning to your divine pattern. There is a habit that keeps more people sick than perhaps anything else. It is the habit of constantly checking for results. If you are trying to lose weight, do you weigh yourself every hour? If you do, you will go mad. The body does not change every hour. If you are healing a skin condition, stop running to the mirror every 30 minutes to see if it has faded. If you are healing a stomach issue, stop analyzing every sensation after every meal. If you are healing anxiety, stop taking your emotional temperature every 5 minutes to see if you are calm. This constant checking is a form of doubt. It is anxiety in disguise. It screams to the subconscious mind, "I am not sure this is working. I need proof." And the subconscious mind, hearing your doubt, suspends the healing process. You must let go and let God. This is not just a bumper sticker. It is a formula for power. To let go means to release the need to manage the healing. Imagine you have hired a master architect to renovate your house. He walks in and says, "I have the plans. I have the crew. I will handle everything." But you must get out of the way. Would you follow him around, looking over his shoulder, criticizing his hammer, asking why he hasn't finished the wall yet? If you did, he would walk off the job. God is the architect. You have handed him the project. Now get out of the way. Go about your business. Live your life. Trust that the work is being done. We must talk about the people around you. This is a delicate subject, but one of vital importance. When you are in the process of a spiritual demonstration, you must keep your mouth shut. Do not talk about your treatment. Do not tell your friends, I am trying a new metaphysical prayer for my arthritis. Do not post on social media, day 1 of my spiritual healing. Why? Because the world is full of skeptics, and the race mind is full of doubt. If you tell your friend, she might say, oh, my aunt tried that and she died anyway. Or, don't be silly, you need this surgery. Those words are toxic. They plant seeds of doubt in your mind that you will have to dig out later. They lower your vibration. Furthermore, talking about your sickness keeps it alive. How many people do you know who use their illness as a conversation starter? How are you? Oh, terrible. My back is killing me. Let me tell you about the doctor. Stop it. You are reinforcing the old film on the screen. If someone asks how you are and you are in pain, you do not have to lie. You do not have to say, I am perfect. If you feel terrible, that can create a psychological conflict. But you can say, I am getting better every day. Or, I am working through a challenge, but I am confident. Or simply, I am doing well, thank you. Direct the conversation away from the body. Talk about life, talk about love. Talk about the news. Talk about anything but the broken parts of you. Starve the problem of attention. Jesus often told those he healed, go and tell no one. He knew the metaphysical law. He knew that the chatter of the world would dissipate the power. Keep your secret. Let the results speak for you. When you are fully healed, then you can shout it from the rooftops. But until then, preserve the sanctuary of your silence.